So it was really amazing to see the Congress and Meltem talk about shitcoins in Congress. Now it's officially on the record, so shitcoins is now officially a word, I guess.
Shitcoins have gone mainstream.
Yeah. So you have Bitcoin and
When
shitcoins.
will it be in a dictionary? That'll be the day.
And some people were from Block, of course, from Block, was saying that it's like a bad word and you still shouldn't use it even though it's used in Congress. Because their entire business model is based on shitcoins.
My favorite was when they asked Meltem, when the one dude asked Meltem if she's familiar with the term, and I just kept thinking about like MCF, where she literally brought a toilet on stage.
Well, I think it's kind of a setup, no? I mean,
I think it was set up.
It was like perfect.
Well, you could look at the congressman's face. He was smirking when he said it. He planned this.
Yeah.
He researched it and realized who he's talking to,
Yeah,
right?
it was like, have you heard of shitcoins?
Too bad Melton didn't just bring a toilet and start throwing candies out.
No, that's only allowed at MCC.
Actually, this is great for promotion for MCC.
That's a marketing graphic for next year, right?
Yeah. And you should definitely come and pay for a VIP ticket. Because maybe there will be a shitcoin toilet
Again?
in the VIP area.
Shitcoins part 2?
Maybe there will be another literal bull.
And a bear.
A bear.
Or maybe we'll have a bear this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a bear.
And a honey badger.
Let's do that.
And have them fight.
Maybe we should bring a real lion, panda, chicken, and pony.
And then see who's the strongest. Wait, I'm not gonna win that one.
I agree, we should do that.
Obviously, the chicken's gonna win.
Obviously the lion.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start the show. Magical crypto.
Magical crypto. The best thing to do is simply to hodl. What's a young pony to do in a sea of shady ICOs? A lion's courage can light up even the darkest of shadows. Unlike the corporate suits, the whale panda is wise. A chicken dreams about the moon while soaring in the skies. As Bitcoin sees new all-time highs. Crypto. All around me I see big blockheads. Magical crypto. The best thing to do is simply to hodl. We'll always buy the dip, and we'll always be the best of the rest.
And we're still here with Ricardo Spagni, who's more busy with his phone. Yeah. Charlie Lee, who really needs to get better lights. Samson Mao, who's drinking. Who's having his Game of Thrones moment with the chilling Starbucks. And maybe Whale Panda.
How much has Starbucks paid you?
They pay Blockstream directly.
With Liquid.
Yes.
No. Actually, talking about payment, when can I start selling my MCF tokens, Samson? Why aren't they on an exchange yet?
You go and talk to someone and get listed.
Let's talk to CZ.
That would actually be funny.
When you're having your lunch with Warren Buffett, can you just mention to CZ that we'd like to be listed?
He won't be there. Remember from last
yeah.
episode?
Right, the one we just finished recording.
From so long ago. It was so long ago. It was like a week ago. I can't even remember.
But Jesse is there, so why don't you ask Jesse? Get it on Kraken.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
Jesse
idea.
is a fan
Get it
of
cracking.
Magical Crypto Friends.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ricardo's favorite subject, which is Zcash.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about something else.
Zcash is planning to redesign everything, sort of like Ethereum, with Ethereum moving to Ethereum 2.0. So a full rewrite. That's only going to be a positive thing, right?
And they're gonna do it with sharding.
Really? I didn't know that.
Zuko looked in Vitalik's eyes, and Vitalik said, "Quantum computing that's virtualized and sharding," and Zuko went, "Sharding."
But seriously, like how can you think it's a good idea to do a full rewrite? You're obviously going to introduce a lot more bugs again in the system, in the software. So
there's not, fundamentally, there's nothing wrong with having with basing your software off Bitcoin and forking Bitcoin. Not a problem. Great. Not even a bad idea at all, because you're inheriting all of Bitcoin's many years that they've spent, improving the stability and robustness of the software. But then if you are going to introduce such drastic changes that it ends up becoming like your code ends up diverging so far from Bitcoin's that you can't even keep it in sync with upstream, then you're going to end up with this mess where you basically have to have people whose full-time job is to look at what's being merged on Bitcoin and then decide whether to like take that patch and like re-engineer it to make it work on your fork. And that's the mess that they've ended up with.
What if Zcash 2.0 is actually based off of Monero?
Kill me now. No, they won't. They're gonna write from scratch because they have infinite money, right?
No. They're running out of infinite money, so they need version 2.0 to reboot infinite money.
Yes, they need to be able to justify extending the founder's reward.
Which ends in 2020 or 21? I think 20.
I think it's 2020.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna create another ICO token.
Yeah, they'll probably do something like Zcash 2.0 is so dissimilar that you can't move your private keys from one to the other. So we have a whole new chain, whole new issuance, whole new emission schedule, whole new founder's reward, and then you like do an atomic swap.
All new potentials for partnerships and upside.
Yeah, and then of course like JP Morgan is gonna release JPM Coin 2.0, which is also based on this or some jazz like that.
You sound toxic, Ricardo. Really salty as well.
Would you like me to take photos of like me drinking juice like Samson does?
I think Ricardo should consider Monero 2.0.
Yeah. New rewrite. We're rewriting in PHP.
Wait, isn't Monero 2.0 Tari?
No. Definitely not.
But that's gonna solve all Monero's issues.
No way.
Scaling, everything. Yeah.
Not even close. Monero is going to solve Monero's issues over the next 10 years.
Okay.
If it's still around.
Well, I thought Monero V solved Monero's issues.
Monero V solved nothing.
I thought Monerium solved. What is it? Monerium?
Electronium.
Electronium. I thought Electronium solved all the problems.
It did. It also solved the bad name of Monero because it's a horrible name.
Why? What's wrong with the name, Charlie?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think all the projects that try to do a 2.0 are just scamming the next generation of noobs. The noobs 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you
Agreed.
jumped straight to 3.0.
Isn't that the Ethereum thing, Web 3.0?
It's like Web 5.0 or something, right?
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was something like that. Wasn't that Blockstack, actually?
No one remembers.
Anyway, moving on. So, a question that I've seen come up quite a few times is, did you ever tell your family or friends to invest in like Bitcoin, Monero, Litecoin? Because I personally haven't. I try to avoid that subject actually, unless people talk to me about it. Like if the other people bring it up, then I will talk about it, but I don't bring it up at all.
So what do you mean, like evangelizing it?
No, I'm not.
I get people asking me, family members and friends asking me about it, and I just explain to them what dollar cost averaging is and how to buy a little bit every month, that you buy so little that you don't mind it going to zero.
That makes sense.
Wait, so what are you telling them to buy? That's the question, right?
So actually I had this conversation with a family member on Monday, and I said to them, buy Bitcoin. It's the only thing that I can say to them has a shot at being around in the next 10 years. And in South Africa, with capital gains tax, you have to hold stuff for 5 years. So what can they like? They're looking at it as an investment, not as like utility. So what can I say to them they can buy that I can really have confidence will be around in 5 years' time? And I don't get me wrong, I love Litecoin, I love Monero, we have a lot of fun, but let's be pragmatic. Bitcoin's lasted for 10 years despite all odds. It's most likely going to last for another 10 years, whereas with everything else, the Lindy effect is not as strong.
Yeah. I guess my answer is I do the same thing. I don't go and tell people to buy something, but if they ask me, I'd say buy Bitcoin. And then if they say, but it's so expensive, then I usually say, well, why don't you get Litecoin then?
You mean you don't tell people to buy Monero?
I don't believe you, Samson. I don't believe you say that.
No, I do. People do like complain. They say, but it's too expensive. And I just don't want to argue with them and say, well, you see, it can be divided into smaller units. I just say, well, because usually what they're doing is they're asking then, like, what about the other Bitcoins? So that's why it's better. I just say, well, get Litecoin. It's not
like
scamming.
Bcash.
Yeah.
This whole it's too expensive thing always fascinates me. It's such a weird mentality that, like, you know, the thing itself is too expensive, and it's only possible to purchase it in one complete unit.
It's human psychology.
Yeah.
That's why we should start using the price in sets, in
Or
Satoshis.
bits. I've always liked bits.
Yeah, Bit seems to be falling out of favor, though.
It's like impossible to switch to it though.
No, we already use sats. Like Lightning Network, the unit of account is sats. Everyone denominates tipping and everything else in sats.
Stacking sets.
Yeah, see what he said.
And I think it's one of the reasons why Lightning Network is hard. It makes Lightning Network adoption slower because people have to switch from Bitcoin to Sats. It's hard.
You think so? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Not really. I mean, you're only using sats for small stuff like playing games like Lightning checkers, Lightning chess, tipping, like any Lightning micro activity. But if you're buying something like on the Blockstream store, you're denominating USD and you're paying in Lightning.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. It's like an extra thought. And also when you're funding the wallet, you're sending Bitcoins or you're sending sats. It's a little bit confusing.
No, usually when you're funding in like Bitcoin, like 0.0 something Bitcoins.
Yeah, but then when you look at your wallet and trying to figure out how much money you have, it's like I said, it's a bit confusing and causes problems.
I think it's manageable.
I'm not saying it's not manageable.
I mean, look, you know what? So here's why I have hope for it. People in the United States, millions of people that live in the United States, every day are able to convert between feet and inches. And so if they can do that, I believe that they can do Bitcoin to Satoshis.
Well, you don't even need to convert. The wallet shows you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, no, but you got to have a mental model for it.
Yes, it's very confusing as a non-US person.
The mental model is easy. Like you look at
As a non-US person, it's easy because we're used to going, you know, millimeters to meters or whatever. We've got a mental model.
Yes. No. Yeah. But no. I mean, going from inches to feet.
Yeah. Inches to feet is just crazy. But I mean, the fact that people can think like that and have the mental model means that they can easily have the mental model for sats too.
Honestly, I don't agree because from inches to feet, it's only 12 times. We're talking about like 8 orders of magnitude, which is a lot harder
Yes,
for
but
human to...
12 is such a strange number.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's close
When
to
you look
10,
at your balance,
right?
you only need to care about the Bitcoin balance. When you're spending sats, it's almost irrelevant.
It is, but it's not, right? If you're spending like 10,000 sats, how much is that?
It's like $1.
It's like $1. Like, is it?
Yeah.
Like, I can't even easily tell you how much that is, right? Someone tells me like 1 Bitcoin, I know how much is 0.001 Bitcoin, I know how much that is. But if you tell me like 10,000 sats, like, what is that? You have to go use a converter. It's much harder to...
We're waiting for Samson right now.
For now, because you're not doing that conversion a whole like a bunch of times. If you were doing that conversion a bunch of times, then you...
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, everyone has to switch to that mental model where everything is, like, denominated in sats. And
Well, like in Europe, a long time ago, we switched from local currency to euro. That also took like a while to get used to, but I mean, in the end,
Yeah.
it worked out.
10,000 sats is
it
$1
but if it's
right now.
if it's centralized, if it's centrally mandated that you switch to a different denomination, then it will happen. But with a decentralized currency, it's not easy to make that happen.
Okay, let's force everyone. Let's just call the CEO of Bitcoin. Let's call Craig. Craig.
The CEO of Bitcoin should make the call.
Remember, like about like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, like there's a small push, actually a fairly big push for everyone to switch to bits.
Yeah.
because Bitcoin was like $1,000, and it makes sense to buy like $1 worth of bits as opposed to like 0.001 Bitcoin.
But right now,
And Coinbase tried that. Like a lot of the exchanges or wallets and exchanges actually did switch over to bits, but it just didn't take.
well,
Like
because bits is too cumbersome. I think it's you don't really send. You don't really need to send a Bitcoin payment denominated in bits, because when you're sending Bitcoin, they should be large payment, not small payments, right?
I thought bits wasn't cumbersome. I thought bits was kind of elegant because you had these 2 decimal places at the end,
Yeah.
which we're used to with
Right, but
currency.
with the Lightning Network, you can make much smaller payments, so it makes more sense to go to the base unit, which is sats.
Yeah, but I mean, then you can make a 0.01 bits. Yeah,
Good thing that we don't go off topic in the show.
we really stay on topic. Yeah, it's good that we're so.
we never do.
So to be on topic, 10,000 sats is $1 right now with the current price, roughly.
That wasn't the topic at all.
The topic was, do you tell people, do you tell your friends and family to buy Bitcoin?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Okay,
the topic. So when I actually first found out about Bitcoin, I told like my family to buy Bitcoin. None of them listened.
Didn't Bobby listen?
No, he he did. He thought Bitcoin was not a scam, but he didn't believe it would work. So they should have listened, but they didn't. But yeah, I don't tell my friends to buy Bitcoin. I mean, I think the reason is it's experimental, right? So you don't want them to like put all their money in and then fail, and then have them like lose all their money and then come in and blame it on you. So that's one of the reasons.
Well, thing is, you never want people to blame you for something, right? Even when people ask for stock trading advice,
Yeah,
I'm hesitant to say anything because they might lose.
yeah.
Yeah.
But just like Ricardo, if people ask me, I'll tell them to don't invest more than they can afford to lose. I tell them
Yeah,
only put 10% of your money in, just like a rough ballpark, 10% of your investment. And if it goes to zero, your investment portfolio lost 10%, which is okay. And if it goes up 10 times, then your portfolio just doubled.
it's actually very difficult because people feel like sometimes if you say to them like, I don't encourage anyone treat it as an investment. I don't encourage anyone buy. If you say stuff like that, people think like you're trying to hide the secret from them, and it's like no, guys, I'm being pragmatic. Just don't.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
moving on because my battery is running out. Not from my laptop this time, and also time is running out. So let's do some quick questions from fans. Samson, why did you decide? Flat asked, why did you decide to redo the theme song?
Because we've had the same theme song for what, a year and a half now? I think it's time to make a new version.
Everyone knows it now. It's like our brand.
I think Samson was just trying to impress a girl.
I think so too.
No,
Making her feel important.
you guys also said we should make a new song, like a new intro video. So I'm just doing what you guys said.
I know we did. We did mention that, like offhandedly.
Intro video, yes. We didn't talk about the song.
Yeah, I was thinking a new intro video, but same song.
You can't do the same song and make a new video for it,
Why not?
because it doesn't make any sense.
You're not creative enough, Robert.
Which TV show makes like a new? Okay, bad example, but
Every season they make a new intro with the same song.
yes, but typically it's a new video with a new song. Typically,
For certain shows, yeah. So, if we do a new video and a new song, do we have to now say it's season 2?
no, I don't think so. We have no concept of seasons in MCF.
Yeah, it's always sunny.
Next question. Why do Lightning channels and liquidity decrease since a few months? Any explanation or reasoning? Well, there is some, like, first of all, people can do private channels now, so it doesn't have to be public. Also, the price has been going up a lot, so maybe people like feel that they don't want to have that stuck that much BTC in Lightning channels or Lightning nodes.
And Andreas Brecken probably just took his node offline, which like halved the liquidity.
Well, no, that was a long time. That's more than a year ago.
I know, I'm just kidding.
It's probably because a lot of funds are moving into liquid. No,
Good one, but seriously though,
Seriously, the answer is these things will fluctuate over time. You can't expect the capacity to only keep going up because people do need to close channels, and if it's a lot of commerce-based transactions, they want to cash out, put it into cold storage or whatever. It's just normal ebb and flow. Just like why do Bitcoin on-chain transactions go up and down? It's just it happens.
But it's also because now you have private channels. So
I think that's a very small part of it.
yeah, okay. That's the end of this show then. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next week because now we have 3 shows in 3 weeks.
Woohoo!
So, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yep, click here.